98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome to the Nonprofit Spotlight. The following is paid programming and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
This is the Nonprofit Spotlight Show with... Good afternoon. I am Janice Murray, and we are here on the Nonprofit Spotlight Show. We're here by way of KHTS Radio on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220. I have a full house today. I'm so excited. I haven't seen my guest in quite a while. I am going to be highlighting the Blue Star Ranch organization, and we have Nancy Z. We've got Katie Ryan and Manny Perdomo, and we haven't been together for about a year.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time, and I know you guys have some exciting stuff that has been happening. Nancy.
Oh my gosh, it's been one heck of a year.
It has, and it's all good.
And I think when we were here last time, we were telling you we were planning our move and
Absolutely.
we were looking to expand and
Absolutely.
that. And September 1st, 2019, we moved to our new location in Newhall.
Really?
In Newhall.
In Newhall. You didn't give me an address, but I'm sure
I know.
you will.
It's right off of Sierra Highway at Placerita Canyon at the Sierra Highway end by the freeway.
Oh, yes.
And we're the only ranch at that end. So you can't miss us.
I can't miss you. I lived in San Canyon for 7 years. I passed that. I know where you are.
Exactly.
Fun.
And it's really been, the move was really, really tough. We, we thought, oh my gosh, we're going to make it through.
Tough on you people or tough on the animals?
Tough on the people. All of the animals, they adjust pretty good. They're fine.
Good.
Yeah, they're like,
good.
They're usually up for the adventure,
Well, can you imagine, say you lived at your house for 20-something years and then had to pack it all up and move it.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been easy.
No.
That's when you know how many paper clips you got.
That's when you know you need to just stop buying and just
and that's when you know
got,
how
right?
many people you got willing to come volunteer and help you move.
Thankfully. That's the community we live in, and I know you had lots of help.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We did. We had great support.
Good.
And we had the truck we needed. We had a lift gate on it. I mean, we were so thrilled. This is only we can get excited about things like trucks with lifts and.
Now, how did you guys come across this property? Is this
actually it's Katie? Katie
I
found it.
I was actually walking with a friend. We were walking our dogs, and I saw a lonely red horse in a pasture, and I thought, oh, that horse needs a friend. And my friend mentioned, that would be a perfect place for Blue Star Ranch. So that's what got the ball rolling.
Yep.
And the rest is history.
serendipitous? I love that. Love that.
And we love it. The landlord has been wonderful to us and refurbished the ranch, one corner all for us.
Really?
So it's been really wonderful, yeah.
Now
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, for our listeners who don't know what Blue Star Ranch does, give them just a little hint.
We do equine assisted therapy for veterans with PTSD, and that includes spouses and children too.
Wow.
We provide free services to them. And we put them through a 10-week course, once a week for 10 weeks. And they work with our team, which consists of Katie, who's our mental health professional, an equine specialist, either me or Nicole, and the horse or horses. So being in an outdoor environment is much more soothing for therapy for this group. And, just not being kind of tightened. Well, Manny can tell you how his feedback on
Manny started as a client and has now joined you as staff, right?
Actually, he was the very first graduate to go through the program.
Wow.
The guinea pig.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, but look at you. Look at you. I remember when I first met you. You were
got my smile again.
Yeah, you were a little skittish about coming on here and telling your story, but you're looking good and everything's going well.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
And he's a ranch volunteer now. He takes over for me when I can't be there.
Wonderful.
And he's also mentors the veterans and, always is talking to other veterans about coming through the program.
Well, that's important because you've been there, you lived it. So you have, it's personal and you can relate to them in a way that other people may not be able to. So you're a good fit. Well, absolutely. A good addition to the crew, right?
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
And Katie, you run the 10-week program? Or
Yeah, I'm the
help
mental
assist-
health professional. What we do is it's through EGALA, which is Equine Assisted Growth and Learning Association.
Oh, wow.
So we're
This is a
certified
thing.
through them. Yes,
Wow,
and they
this
have
is-
over 4,000 members worldwide. And you work as a team with the veterans, and everything is done on the ground with the horses. They don't ride them during these sessions. And we work with props, ask them to create their world in the environment, and then bring the horse into it.
I see.
We call it our adult sandbox.
Yes.
Cute.
But Manny can attest to what the experience was like.
I can imagine if you're like me,
Well-
a horse. My fear would have been 1,000-fold just knowing that a big, huge horse was in the mix, right?
Well, the biggest thing for me was I have a couple of Great Danes, so I'd been around big animals.
Oh, okay.
But they're horse dogs. These are actual horses.
Yeah.
When they step on you, you remember watch your feet. Well, it was a lot of trial and error for me on my behalf. A lot of anything you could think of, I had tried. Even I was going into experimental drugs with the VA that they were testing stuff. I think
You like to be the guinea pig.
well, I mean, when you're really need
At
the
your-
help, but you
yeah,
don't
at
want
the
to
end of
talk
your road,
about it,
yeah.
and you're at that point where you just don't know what else to do, and you just might do something that you might regret. You look for anything.
Understood.
Band-Aids help, but they don't fix anything. When I was approached and talked to about the ranch, Blue Star Ranch, I said, well, what the hell? I'll talk to a duck. It doesn't matter at this point. I'll give anything a shot. So I show up at the ranch. I didn't want to ride the horses. Nancy knows my famous quote. And pretty much from there, I kind of started Blue Star Ranch 101, so to speak. And I just sort of, it was very therapeutic. The drive coming out here, the ride coming out here, the environment, different change from LA, completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And peaceful.
Our little slice of heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, in a nutshell, I started getting a little better. And like everyone else, you hit a wall, you break down, you have some hiccups along the road, but dust off and get back up again. And that happened to me. And I even had to take a little break from the ranch, took a break from life, came back with a better purpose, with a regroup purpose of I know where I fit in, I know where I belong, I know how I can relate to not every vet that's out there, but in some way, shape, or form, whoever wore the uniform, we have something in common.
Yes, you
we're
do.
brothers, we're sisters, we're family. And right here, we make you feel just like family. And we help you coach you through all your, not all of your problems will get solved, but at least 50% of them will be cut in half, which is, you know, if you could compare that to weight loss, those are results.
Good odds.
And we do a lot of the therapy that's involved. It happens quite rapidly, and you never talk about it. You don't talk about your fears, your worries, your nightmares, your marriage problems. You don't talk about them. There's little loopholes that we found that work around them, by myself being the guinea pig. And from their personal experiences, as they're very wise women, very, very wise. I'm always learning something. Every single time at the ranch, I always walk away with some new scrupulous knowledge that I'm just like, wow.
That's the best attitude. I love
And
that. I
it's
love
such
that.
a growing and learning environment that I'm able to share what I know with other veterans, and they're able to provide feedback with me. And I've gotten involved in a lot of other organizations now that I'm being invited to that I never would have imagined. I mean, the last person I would ever walk down the mall, I still kind of get a little eerie about it, but I'm able to do it now with a smile versus a grin and be out in public. Whereas before, I was more of a mole rat.
Oh.
And I would just go from point A to point B, point A to point B. And now I can stand the public a little bit more. And it's all thanks to Blue Star Ranch. And the horses, of course, Captain Jack, Mariah, Sammy the donkey, and our little black stallion. Cooper, Mini Cooper is his name.
Oh, cute.
And you just get a kick out of it. It's just so relieving just to come out, either volunteering, be a part of the program, or check out our website. It's just an amazing experience to be a part of. And we just continuously growing. We're very convenient now. We're
right
we're
off the
rock
freeway.
throw away off the freeway.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming and sharing your story, Manny. Nancy, if someone's listening today and needs help, how do they get in the system with you? How do they make the connection and start on your program?
All they have to do is give us a call, or they can visit our website and contact us through there.
What's the website?
bluestarranch.org.
Okay.
bluestarranch.org. And our phone number, our contact information, everything is there. Or they can call me directly at 661-312-6184.
Excellent.
And they make an appointment for what we call a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, they come out to the ranch. So we want them to be able to come out, find the ranch, not be nervous about,
Sure.
and just be
See
able
if
to
this is
find the
something they really
ranch.
wanna do.
Right. See if this is what they want to do. Show them around. They meet the horses. We tell them, what will happen, what goes on, and then we have them decide if they want to commit to the 10-week program.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, at the interview time, we also do some in-depth stuff so that we know where we're starting from.
Sure.
And determining if the spouses and children will have to be included somewhere along the line and so forth. And all they need to enter the program is a copy of their DD-214.
That's a
and
military form?
Military, discharge. And a confirmation of their diagnosis. That's it. There's no red tape. There's no nothing. Our services are provided free. We have no government funding. All the money we raise is, through donations, fundraisers, grants, and that sort of thing.
And in that loop, where do you come in the picture, Katie, with your services?
Well, in terms of the grants, the grants cover that. But yeah, and I'm just part of the team. It's not like being a therapist in an office.
Understood.
So it's a little bit different, and I get to be outside too.
Oh,
which
nice.
I much prefer.
The therapist loves being outside. So imagine the client.
Yes, she's a horse.
She's a horse person
I
too.
have that feeling.
Right.
Yeah. Most e-galler practitioners and stuff are also horse people.
Horse lovers, for sure.
And
Makes
which
sense.
is great. Yeah, it makes sense because they're already horse people, and they happen to become therapists and this
Understand
is
the
perfect-
connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're attracted to this.
Yeah, and I remember hearing about it in grad school that they were doing this work, and I was like, are you kidding me? Let me find out about this. And so, yeah, I believe that it is so effective, and because we do scaling of where they are when they come in, and then when they come out, and there is really a lot of progress. It's amazing, and you can't even explain it. They have to be there. And experience
sure.
it.
And I'm sure, Manny, you could attest to this. Every experience for every client is probably going to be different.
It's very special and customized for each individual.
Wonderful.
And I have to say this. The time it takes probably of you doing 6 years, 8 years of name it therapy versus hanging out with us, hanging out with the horses and doing whatever it is we do behind at the ranch. It's lightning speed.
Wow.
Lightning speed.
Yeah.
That's how I have my smile again. I'm able to smile versus walk around, grinning and grinding my teeth all the time or chewing tobacco.
Oh, wow.
Which I know a lot of us do. It doesn't mean I stopped. I still do it once in a while because we all have those gloomy days, but they're less and less.
Wonderful. Well, again, I'm glad that you came because you're the walking testament. You're the reason why Nancy and Katie do what they do, and why now you as well have formed this team and can be a visible benefit to our veterans.
Yeah, Manny goes with me a lot too when I do lectures and stuff, or if we get invited. We are available to lecture, clubs, organizations, whatever. We've been to, we go anywhere, just about, been all over the place. And Manny goes with because I want them to be able to get it from him, to understand what it means to them. We chart, when they come in, we follow 6 categories: anger, anxiety, sleeplessness, nightmares, coping skills, and communication skills. So when they first come for their meet and greet, we evaluate where they are on a scale for those things. So then after they graduate, we go over it again and we find out where they are now.
Nice.
And the results have shown that 35 to 45% improvement in all cases.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I see here you've got workshops for the family members, do's and don'ts of PTSD. Is that also a free service?
That's what something we're planning. We're going to be starting.
Oh.
We don't know yet exactly if it'll be for family members for free, because it's included in their treatment thing. But we found out that the community, we want to educate the community.
Sure.
There's so many family members out there with veterans who are looking for help, who are desperate for help, and can't get their questions answered. For example, talked to a woman. Her daughter's husband had come home from deployment. He had been home a couple months, and the thing is, when everybody comes home, at first everything's wine and roses.
Sure.
Everybody's so happy. Everybody's still like in a limbo state. But then reality sets in, and PTSD takes over the family. So she was worried because her daughter's husband was having nightmares, and her daughter was trying to wake him up from that, and she was terrified that she was going to get hurt. And odds are she would. Okay, so they need to learn things like, in that situation, for example, nightmares, get out of the bed. Get out of the bed, get away to the other side of the room, and start calling your veteran's name. Call it till they wake up. And then when you know they're awake, just reassure them where they are, that they're okay, where they are, and what's going on. And I have a few veterans that have told me some terrific stories that their wives figured out, and one of them, he says, well, my wife got me a dog, not a little dog, and when he'd, get unstable, she'd grab the dog and say, here, hold Pookie, hold whatever the dog's name was, and that would settle, kind of get him to come back, yeah. And the family members, the wives, the children, the wives especially, they need a place where they can go and get educated and get some tools to work at home, because otherwise it's heads for divorce no matter what.
And I see this note. I apologize because I told you I'd stick to your note, but I see 2 things on here stick out to me that I just want to address. The difficulties faced when returning to civilian life.
Yeah. Manny can speak to that very well, because it's
Ask away.
What are say the top 5 things that are you felt most difficult coming back?
There's a number of them.
Sleep,
yeah,
hypervigilance, extreme unexplainable anger.
Of course.
Triggers that set you off.
Yes.
What about going into a
Helicopters.
grocery store?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't
could
understand.
not do that.
Why not?
Yeah.
There's too many sounds, too many people.
Okay. Got
Crowds.
So the hypervigilance.
Got
It gets to your hypervigilance gets so fine-tuned, even though I have hearing loss.
Okay.
I could hear mosquitoes flying around.
Oh, wow.
I could hear the of sprinklers. I'm not even sure if you guys heard that, but the sprinklers would set me off. And it took me at least about 6 months to figure out that there was something wrong with me. Because I felt fine. But to the whole world, I was not fine.
And you couldn't talk about it. You couldn't go into a
couldn't
grocery
talk.
store and
There
say,
was-
this is scary.
I would just get into a grocery store at the time with the wife and kids and just hold their hand. My hand would get clammy, bite down on my teeth. I would hear the sound of a shopping cart crashing into something else. And it just
Triggered.
it sets your mind off where your body's here. Yeah, your body is
But
physically
you've been
here.
trained to live in an environment on edge for however long you were
Yes.
in the service.
Marines, 6,
yeah,
8 months,
yeah.
Army, year
So
and
it's
some change.
understandable.
So you kind of lose, you adapt to that life. So that's why most of us, even for myself still now, life is still easier over there. All you got to do is just do your job. Here is put up with people, grocery shop, make sure you eat, make
Somebody
sure you
cuts you off on the freeway.
Oh boy, I can
road rage.
I can imagine.
Don't get in trouble with the police. And then you can see the fine line where domestic violence happens.
That was the
and
next point.
it's
Suicide
never
and divorce
intentional.
and domestic
but
violence.
that's when you reach the point where you desperately need help. But most of us will just suck it up and drive on until one or two things happened. Handcuffs, hospitalized, or you're completely deserted. And that's when you have to figure out what are you going to do now.
I wonder if it's similar to police and firefighters because
I believe
they-
it's very similar.
Yeah,
Or
because if
the
they
exact
sit
same
in a
thing.
restaurant, they're always looking at the exits. So
I'm sure.
But put them in a group of 2 or 3, it's fine.
It's fine.
But by yourself, that's the hard part. Because over there, you have everyone. Whether you're in law enforcement or military or first responder, you have your group.
Sure.
But once you're out, and even for retired people, because I've met them quite a lot, then you lose your sense of self. Because who are you now? You no
That's
longer
your
have a
team.
badge. You no longer have a
Right,
gun.
Right.
You no longer are the person who responds to so-and-so. Now you're just a normal human being. That's the challenge. How to take away the combat, the first responder status, the military, the law enforcement, separate that from everything else and deal with it being normal, being ordinary, not extraordinary, because you already did
Yes,
that.
yes,
It's someone else's turn now. So a lot of us, we get broken, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. And
Or all
you-
three.
all three. That's usually when you end up in the loony bin for a little while. And it's okay. Because it's for your own safety and for everyone else's safety to hopefully put a dent in the suicide factor. Because it goes across not just military, but it goes across on everyone. Suicide. It's so easy to do it. It really is. And people will just suck it up and drive on. Not thinking about the consequences. Because you're in so much pain, you want the easiest, quickest exit.
Sure.
And you just can't find the nerve or the courage to get the help. For me, I feel happy, I feel blessed, I feel fortunate. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide. And it's touched home really, really hard. But thanks to Blue Star Ranch, I've been able to regroup and give back.
Well, I am so glad that you were able to turn things around, that you found Blue Star Ranch, and that it is a safe place that you felt comfortable to open up, to explore what you were dealing with, and to be amenable to what they were offering in terms of the therapy with the horses and with the mental health services that obviously have worked for you. Nancy, is there, we just want to mention the grand opening of the new site is April 25th. Are you going to put out
Right.
some information
Yes,
about that?
yes,
Let me know, and
absolutely.
we will post that.
Yep, definitely.
And also, this year, the 4th of July parade, I hear
Yeah,
is going to be
we're
your
gonna-
first time
Yeah.
having horses, or
Yeah, they
some kind of
talked
presents?
me into it. So I okay, well, Minnie Cooper, here you go.
Here you go. Oh, it'll
Yeah.
be lovely. It'll be fun.
So we'll see. Yeah,
Well, we-
should be good.
We are so glad that you guys could take the time out of your busy days to come and share this information. I'm going to post information on our Facebook page, my Instagram page for the Nonprofit Spotlight Show, and anytime you've got some information to share, please hit me with it.
And anybody who'd like to join us volunteer-wise, we still need volunteers for the new ranch, so we need more volunteers.
And they can call
And
you
they
at
can just call me at
661.
661-312-6184 to find out about that.
Excellent. We are at the top of our segment here, and we're here by way of KHTS Radio. We're here on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220 on the Nonprofit Spotlight Show. Thank you so much. Have a good day.